Alright, before the start of this video, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, me, Trusting No Bitches. What do I mean by that? Check out this dope shirt. It's Charlie Brown, and it says Trust No Bitch on it, and I got it for $6 at a thrift store. I'm pretty proud of it. Anyway, let's talk about Megamind. Megamind, the 2010 DreamWorks animated picture starring Will Ferrell. Ferrell, that follows the villain Megamind, who becomes a superhero through the power of love and a psychopath named Jonah Hill. It's a perfectly good standalone animated movie. You know, no sequels, there was a video game or something and like an animated short, but no major sequels. And it stood alone perfectly as its own little thing. But we all know how greedy studios can be. Megamind 2, or Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate, is a sequel that was made 14 years after the original Megamind, with none of the original voice cast, and it was straight to streaming on Peacock, and it also launched at the same time as the Megamind TV show, also without the original voice cast, and also straight to streaming on Peacock. And if the trailer for the movie, and also the show, tells me anything about how bad the movie is, and also the show, I could just tell that it's going to be bad, but the movie seems to follow Megamind almost immediately after he becomes a superhero, and him trying to learn the ropes of becoming a superhero, when all of a sudden his old supervillain team shows up, and he has to put a stop to them, or something heroic. Now, in theory, this sounds like a decent plot for an animated sequel to a kids' movie. However, when have I ever talked about how good something is on this channel? See, the problem with Megamind 2 isn't actually the plot of the movie so much as it is the animation and the character design and the voice acting and the dialogue. And did I mention the animation? See, because this movie starts with Megamind breaking the fourth wall and talking directly to the audience, recapping the first movie, which was a choice, because almost immediately you figure out that this movie is not going to be anywhere near the same quality as the other movie, because the animation that they took from the first movie is great, and the animation telling the story of the first movie is awful. See, because this movie looks like one of those types of animations where you used like the animating software that you used as like a trial when you were in the 4th grade at school, except it wasn't used by professional animators, it was used by the actual 4th graders animating little childhood projects. After that, though, Megamind's first big bust, pause, as a superhero was when he had to go in and save this diamond-encrusted fish or something from these fish thieves. And I'm not talking about, like, just thieves that steal fish. I'm talking about thieves that dress like fish to steal fish. But they're trying to steal this valuable fish, and he comes in with Minion, who's now called Chum, but I'm not calling him Chum because this movie doesn't exist and his name is Minion. And they have to go in and stop these fish-shaped themed thieves. So then this really sloppily animated sequence happens where basically Megamind catches them using what I can only assume is a direct ripoff of the Rick and Morty portal gun to stop them in their tracks. So after this, the mayor of Metro City holds a ceremony where he awards Megamind the key to the city. And then we also meet the president of the Megamind fan club. And I had to question, because I just rationally had to, how long it's been since the first Megamind came out in the world of this universe, right? Because they give him the key to the city, and there's a fan club, and in one of the shots, there's a giant statue of Megamind in the background. And I thought, oh, these things all take a long time to, like, make and do and honor, and they'll do all these things. It's been 2 days since the original Megamind movie. After that occurs, Minion tries to basically use an AI-generated speech to ask for a promotion from Minion to Sidekick, and he's denied, obviously, because you can't get anywhere in life by using AI for your speeches. But at this point in the movie, I blacked out, so we're just going to skip to the part where the Doom Syndicate is introduced, which is in like 5 minutes, but I just couldn't get through it. So here's the rundown of who everyone is. This is Walmart Storm. She literally just has the powers of Storm, but she's in this Megamind shit movie, and her powers are just to do that, and she thinks she's the leader of the group. This is the Walmart version of the clown from Terrifier, except for he's also a mime, and his powers are that he's like magical and he can hypnotize people. And in the first scene that he's in, he hypnotizes people to become mimes. This guy right here is who I thought the anger emotion would be in Inside Out if he was any cooler than he already is, because he's just a giant molten lava guy, and he's the big dumb idiot of the group. See, I relate most to him because I was the big dumb idiot because I decided to watch this movie. And then the final member of the group is Lord Nighty Night. I have nothing to add here. His name is Lord Nighty Night. His power is like controlling shadows or something, which is probably the most useful of the powers here. So they break out of prison and they go to Megamind's secret lair because Megamind was actually the leader of the Doom Syndicate, and they think that he's been like posing as a hero to try to take over Metro City because they have some weird plan called Plan 2 or Phase 2. I don't remember, but that's like what they want to execute now is Phase 2 since he's like this leader of Metro City or this hero of Metro City now. But he just keeps playing along, and they go into Metro City and just start causing chaos. And by causing chaos, I mean like they blow up a couple of cars, Walmart Storm summons a thunderstorm, and Lord Nighty Night steals a teddy bear that somehow becomes a part of the plot of this movie. Oh, one very crucial, important thing that I missed is that when Minion was rejected, he went and left Megamind, and there's this whole subplot about Minion, and you could have guessed it, I could have guessed it, we all could have guessed it. Minion is a plumber in a rundown diner with only one customer. Yep, just give it all of the awards. Give this movie all of the awards. Okay, I just need to stop for a second because I can't get over the animation in this movie. It's like, you know those like old Christian movies that were animated that were like really bad parodies of like normal mainstream movies, like animated movies, and they animated them and they were really, really, really bad. This is like what it's like, except some of those have some sort of redeeming quality to it, and this doesn't have any. So then during the crime spree, Megamind has to save the president of the fan club, and she reminds everyone to like and subscribe, and that is not a bit that I'm doing to get you to like and subscribe. She actually does that in the middle of this movie, but that being said, you should probably like and subscribe. So after that, we bounce around between Megamind and Roxy, having to try to figure out a way to stop the Doom Syndicate from executing their plan of literally launching Metro City into the moon, bouncing from that to the Minion subplot where he's trying to change this diner for the better, one plunger at a time, and Jesus Christ is this movie unbearable. By the way, we are now approximately at the halfway point of this movie, and I still have no idea what this movie is about, who I'm supposed to be caring about, really. I mean, I know it's Megamind, but let's be real, who cares? And why this movie was made. Like, how does it progress the story of Megamind at all? It doesn't. We're halfway through this movie, and I have no answers to anything. Like, who greenlit this movie? Who thought, hey, let's make another Megamind movie? Why don't you just, like, make another Shrek sequel? Which is something that people actually want. So the Doom Syndicate inevitably catches on to Megamind actually being a hero, and he fights them, and right as he's about to get obliterated by this team of supervillains from Sky High, he uses his magic chair and shoots into the sky. And when you think he's okay, Walmart Storm shows up and blows up the chair, and that's how the movie ends. God, I wish I could say that and really mean it. So the good guys meet up at what was the diner to try to get Minion back, and it's now this like exclusive donut shop. And who cares about this? Who cares about this? Anyway, they try to recruit him back to the team, and he doesn't accept it first, but let's be honest with ourselves. We know how this is going to go. He's going to end up with the team again, and it's all going to be fine. So then they are in an alleyway, and they're planning how to break back into Megamind's lair, and there is a scene where they literally put their heads together to plan how to get back into Megamind's lair. So then the Doom Syndicate breaks into the part of Megamind's lair that was like locked off that had the ability to launch Metro City to the moon. And this is overlaid with the gang going shopping to get materials to break into Megamind's lair. Oh my god. Because then they go and they're at Megamind's lair trying to break back in, and they're using like a tennis ball launcher to fight these supervillains with superpowers. And guess what happens? It doesn't fucking work! So then Metro City gets launched to the moon, or it starts to at least, because Minion somehow loses his suit trying to break into Megamind's lair, and then without the suit, he ends up being able to drop onto the big red button, and it drops Metro City at full speed from the middle of the sky all the way back down. And they have to like figure out how to land it. What is this? So then Megamind takes out the Doom Syndicate way too quickly for someone who was super worried about doing it before, because he uses the help of his team, including the little girl who's the president of the fan club, who uses a baseball bat and a grenade that Megamind gave her at the beginning of the movie to destroy one of the members of the Doom Syndicate. And then they're able to like successfully land Metro City back on the ground, except the mayor comes up to Megamind and tells him that he landed it reverse, which was actually like the funniest part of the movie at the end of the movie. And then Roxanne becomes mayor somehow, and the movie just kind of ends. So not only did this movie come out, like I said earlier, but this also launched a separate Megamind TV show. And if you guys want me to cover that, let me know in the comments down below, even though there are literally a million other things that I would rather cover than any more of these Megamind sequels and spin-offs. I mean, like, for example, I just finished reading Dune, and I watched the movies, and I like them. Or, do you want me to talk about Dune? I like Dune. Let me know if you want me to talk about Dune. I could do that forever. Anyway, so that was Megamind 2. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, because now that you have seen this, you don't actually have to watch this abomination of the movie. Thanks for stopping by this week's episode of Keith's Knowledge Corner, and we'll see you next week.